In perimenopause, your body can cling to belly fat like it's preparing for the apocalypse. You are craving carbs like your life depends on it, and you're exhausted, but you can't sleep. And I want you to know that that is not a willpower problem. That's actually cortisol in action. And today I'm going to show you how to regulate it so that you can have the energy you want, quiet the cravings, and lose the perimenopause belly fat if that's your goal. I'm Nikki. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach for perimenopausal moms, and I am going to make this really simple for you today. So let's talk about what's actually going on in your body, and then I'm going to give you one simple move that you can start with tomorrow morning. And if you stick with me till the end, I'm going to show you how to grab my mom's protein-packed meals so that you're not staring into the fridge wondering what to make when you're trying to decide 5,000 different things. So right now, you might be feeling a little bit like this. You're gaining belly fat, even though you're not really eating any differently. You're waking up tired and not just tired where you don't want to wake up, just exhausted, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the amount of coffee isn't going to fix that. You hit a wall in the afternoon, and at night you're exhausted. You want to go to bed, but your brain will not shut off. I get it. I've been there. And on top of that, you are craving way more carbs and sugar than you used to. And I want you to know that this isn't you, okay? You have all of these hormones changing in perimenopause, and they're shifting. And one of the big things that really starts to get thrown off is your cortisol rhythm. And look, cortisol is your main stress hormone. So in a perfect world, it's going to rise in the morning and get you going, and then it gently falls throughout the day so that by the time you're ready to go to bed and wind down, you can sleep. But in perimenopause with real life, that curve often gets really messy, and your body starts living in this low-level emergency mode. In emergency mode, your body is going to store fat around your middle to keep you safe. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. And when you're hungry, you want the quick carbs, right? The sugar, the fast fuel. And that's going to make you wired and tired at the same time. So I want you to think of your blood sugar like a phone battery, okay? When it is constantly spiking and crashing, your body has to keep throwing it in the charger in emergency mode. But really, it's just your cortisol kind of jumping in to save you. And so when you keep your battery steady all day, then it lasts without finding a charger super frantically. Okay. So if you've been thinking what is wrong with me? Why can't I just be disciplined? I want you to know there's nothing wrong with you. Your body is responding to stress and unstable blood sugar. Cortisol and your blood sugar are a tag team. Remember that song? Tag team, back again. Okay, I digress. But when your blood sugar is on a roller coaster, big spikes from quick carbs, like those muffins and things that you grab in the break room or crackers that you grab in the pantry, then you have big crashes and your cortisol has to jump back in and help regulate it. So more crashes are equaling more cortisol, and more cortisol equates to more belly fat storage, more cravings, more brain fog. So I want to talk about one of my clients that I started focusing with breakfast. She started focusing on breakfast and regulating her blood sugar. And guess what? Her energy in the afternoon wasn't crashing, and she wasn't raiding the pantry at night because her cravings calmed down and she didn't have to overhaul her whole life. And I never ask my clients to overhaul their whole life, because at the end of the day, what happens is when you try and change too many things at once, you don't know what's working, you don't know what's not working, and you start to get so overwhelmed that you're like, nothing's working, and you just quit. So the first thing is not cutting out carbs. It's not doing all of these crazy HIIT workouts, and it's definitely not slashing your calories. The first thing I'm going to ask all of my clients to do is start to stabilize their blood sugar earlier in the day. And the simplest way to do that is to front load your morning with protein. So right now, I want you to aim for that 25 to 30 grams minimum of protein first thing in the day, okay? This is not something that you have to obsess over. It's just something that you need to have because not a lot of us are getting enough protein, especially in the morning when we are trying to get ready and do 5,000 things at once. So I want you to focus on getting at least 25 to 30 grams. Look, I know so many of you are probably just on the train of waking up, going downstairs, and getting your coffee. But you can do that, but I also want you to have some Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, or if you can't do anything else and you need somewhere to start, add a scoop of protein into your coffee, and then you can at least start to feel that. Because if you are usually just grabbing something like toast or a muffin or a granola bar or a protein bar, then you're still making it super carbs and you're spiking your blood sugar even more without giving it a chance to start to stabilize. But if you add things like eggs or turkey sausage or leftover chicken, then you're going to start to feel that blood sugar regulation sooner. Here's the thing. If your mornings are crazy and they are pure chaos, then I want you to start making something the night before. So maybe the night before, you prep some chia seed pudding with protein powder, or you're making some egg muffins or egg bites on the weekend that you can grab and reheat during the day. Because protein is going to slow down how fast sugar hits your bloodstream. And when you have that steadier blood sugar, you're going to have less emergency work for cortisol, okay? And that equals less fat storage to your belly and fewer cravings where you're like, I need sugar right now, okay? So here is what you might be thinking. Look, I've tried all this stuff before and it didn't stick. And look, I get it, because when you're exhausted and everything feels hard, it's easy to think, okay, what's the point? But look, you probably know just a little bit more right now than you did before. So you know what your body's actually dealing with. And this isn't becoming about perfect with food, okay? This is about doing one thing tomorrow morning that is going to actually help instead of making it worse. That's it, okay? One decision, one meal. Let's focus on that and start to see what happens. And if you're thinking, okay, that's great, but how do I do this when I can literally barely function in the morning and I can barely take a shower and I just don't have the time? Look, I get it. I've got you. I have 3 kids, so I totally understand. You don't need another 20-step morning routine, so we're going to make this as decision-free as possible. Your body on a blood sugar roller coaster is like a toddler who skipped their nap and everything becomes an immediate crisis, okay? They need a snack right now, okay? They can't regulate. They're melting down over nothing, and that is what's happening to your cortisol when your blood sugar is all over the place. Okay, but when you stabilize it, it's like that same kid after a good nap and a solid meal. And you know the difference if you've had kids, especially toddlers. Okay, so they're manageable and they're not screaming for some sort of snack every 20 minutes. So tonight, here's what I want you to do. I want you to just decide one thing. What is your first meal going to be tomorrow? And where are you going to get the protein from? Okay, that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, tomorrow morning, I am going to have blank. And that is going to give me about 25 to 30 grams of protein. So guess what? When you wake up, you already know what you're going to eat and you're not battling the decision fatigue on top of hormones and stress. You are following through on a decision that you made when your brain wasn't completely exhausted. And trust me, I'm exhausted. Things don't happen. Okay, so making decisions ahead of time are going to make all of the difference. Look, I've had people tell me things like, I didn't realize how much my afternoon slump was connected to what I ate, or really what I didn't eat at breakfast. And I've also had somebody tell me, and I've experienced this myself, my jeans are way less tight and I really haven't changed anything other than focusing on getting my protein at breakfast. Okay, so these aren't huge changes, but they're real and they add up. So when you do these 2 things consistently, adding protein to that first meal around 25 to 30 grams and deciding it the night before, they usually start to notice that that 3 p.m. crash isn't as bad and the 9:30 pantry raid feels way less desperate and probably doesn't even happen. And over time, that belly bloat and the tight waistband really start to ease up, okay? So look, you have the same crazy schedule. I just want you to not make it harder on yourself. So tonight, here's what I want you to do. Choose your first meal for tomorrow and make sure that there's some solid protein in it. Tomorrow, eat that meal and notice how you feel throughout the rest of your day. So if you want help actually doing this in real life with simple, done-for-you ideas, I made something for you. You can grab my free Mom's Protein Packed Meal Guide in the link below. It is full of real-life, quick meal ideas that are going to help you hit your target protein without having to cook separate meals for your whole family. It also includes some snacks because I know that that is something that so many moms struggle with right now. The link is in the video below. And if you're like, okay, Nikki, I get it. I don't just need ideas. I need accountability, daily coaching, and I need ways to make this work in my crazy life. That's exactly why Real Food Made Easy, the collective, is available. It's where I coach perimenopausal moms through small, realistic changes with a monthly focus so that you're not trying to overhaul your whole life, because we know that doesn't work. You have a 14-day challenge to work on integrating and stacking your wins and daily support. The link is below if you're ready to learn more. And if you're ready to take that next step with protein, I want you to watch this video next, where I walk you through 5 proteins to ditch if you want to lose the perimenopause belly fat.